What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Friday so far. NYG Jeffy T85 here, and while I was reading on, just reading up some of the rumors and some of the offseason happenings, as well as doing some scouting on some of the upcoming players for the NBA draft, I stumbled upon a nice little nugget here on Yahoo Sports, surrounding a Brooklyn Nets player who apparently almost never was a Brooklyn Nets player. And he was almost actually traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that, of course, is small forward Royce O'Neal, who actually, according to Chris Fedor of Cleveland.com, he actually came very close to being traded to Cleveland in the offseason. Obviously, we know what the Nets did this offseason to get Royce O'Neal. They traded away a first-round pick in this past NBA draft in order to acquire O'Neal, and he was going to be that guy that was going to either come off the bench or he's going to be a 3-and-D player around Durant and Irving to help this team out in terms of going forward. But obviously we know how it ended. Durant and Irving ended up leaving the team, and O'Neal had a very good season overall, but at the same time, O'Neal wasn't the same type of player that the Nets needed, especially when they got to the playoffs. O'Neal really struggled a lot in the NBA playoffs and just couldn't get it done. So I find that very fascinating. And obviously with O'Neal, who has 1 year left on his deal, on his contract, $9.5 million. Royce O'Neal is actually coming off a pretty decent season. He is about 29, 30 years old. So Royce O'Neal is going to be one of those players that's going to be counted on. If he doesn't get traded, and I heard there's a lot of potential that the 29-year-old could potentially get traded this offseason in order to acquire either another big or try to get some more depth on the team. And then last year, he played in 76 games, scoring 9 points per game, starting and off the bench. He also got 5 rebounds. He had 4 assists overall. He shot 39% from the court. He shot 39% from three-point line. He shot 73% from the free throw line. Overall, in 76 games for the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, I think O'Neal's a quality player. Am I shocked that somebody like Cleveland wanted to get him? No. You know why? Cleveland's the type of team that likes to have a 3-and-D type concept on their roster. And what is Royce O'Neal's specialty? 3-and-D. They want to try to get as many 3-and-D guys on that team as they can. And Royce O'Neal is the perfect type of player that would have fit in to what exactly that team is trying to look for in terms of the players and the concepts on their roster. So, I mean, I find that very interesting about that whole situation. I don't think that Cleveland would be a team that would have interest in Royce O'Neal in a way, but in another way, I kind of do. I mean, do I expect Royce O'Neal to be a Brooklyn Net in 2023? 2024? Honestly, I don't know. I could say yes, because I do believe that the organization really likes Royce O'Neal, and because of the coach that the Nets have in Jacques Vaughn and the type of player that Royce O'Neal is, I do believe that they're going to want to try to keep him on the roster, and I just think that he just had a rough playoff overall. I mean, Royce O'Neal's a good player. He is, and for the most part, he was actually one of the more reliable players coming off the bench towards the latter part of the season after Durant and Irving got traded away. O'Neal was one of those guys that consistently kept coming off the bench and making big shots for this team, when nobody else either was getting the playing time or playing enough defense and offense to warrant that playing time on the roster. O'Neal was doing that. But if there's an opportunity to go out there and get a player that could be a potential upgrade on this roster for Royce O'Neal, do it. Now, I'm not tied to him. No Nets fan is tied to Royce O'Neal on this team. If you have the opportunity to upgrade, do it. If you have the opportunity to trade him away and get another player as high quality as a Royce O'Neal that can help your team, do it. This is about what's best for the Brooklyn Nets, but Royce O'Neal was close to being a Cleveland Cavalier. Go figure. And imagine what he could have done with a team with Evan Mobley, with Darius Garland, obviously Donovan Mitchell. You have Karis LeVert there. You have Jared Allen. You have Isaac Okoro. Cedi Osman. You got a lot of good quality players on that Cleveland team, and you added 3-and-D guys like Royce O'Neal. It could have really helped out that team in terms of their perimeter defense and a guy that can hit down the three-point shot when you have somebody like Evan Mobley and Jared Allen controlling the paint, and then you have people like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell that are able to break down the defense on the outside and make the big shots as well. That's something else to really keep in mind too. So that made me think a little bit on that whole situation. Interesting. Royce O'Neal was almost a Cleveland Cavalier. Hopefully Royce O'Neal, if he's still a Brooklyn Net, he can, continue to work on what was a up and down 2022-2023 season, especially at the end. And he can improve going into next year if he's still with the Brooklyn Nets and continue to be a key cog for that team going forward. Hit that like button if you haven't already and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news, updates, and chatter surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications. The next video is short dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. As always, if you enjoy the content, don't be afraid to hit a super thanks at the bottom. Shows your appreciation for the content creator and for myself, and always appreciate all what you guys do and the support that you give my channel and support that you give the Hardcore Sports Network, All-Star Sports Network, Big Blue Crew, and everybody, Let's Talk Sports, everybody that I'm affiliated with. Thank you guys always for the support that you give. And let me know in the comment section what you think about Royce O'Neal almost being traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers and what it could be and mean for Royce O'Neal and what you're looking for him to do going into 2023-2024 and how he's going to be able to build on his next year, second season potentially with the Brooklyn Nets. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Take it easy and let's go Brooklyn Nets. It's a Nets world and we are all just living in it.